Hello, today we'll be talking about Grotle, the first evolution, first grass-type evolution, an evolution to evolve, introduced in Gen 4, being the evolution of Turtwig, who evolves at level 18. Grotle is also the heaviest of the second stage starter Pokemon. Its previous PYC dates are March 20th, 1997, January 9th, 2000, October 30th, 2002, August 20th, 2005, June 10th, 2008, April 1st, 2011, January 20th, 2014, November 10th, 2016, September 1st, 2019, and June 22nd, 2022. And most know Grotle is one of the Pokemon Ash Ketchum has in the Gen 4 era of the anime. It's odd that it has trees on its back since Turtwig had a sprout on its head. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we're talking about Grotle, the Grove Pokemon, whose number is 0388. This is what it looks like. Its type is Grass, abilities Overgrow, and Shell Armor is its hidden ability. Gender ratios is 87.5% male or 12.5% female. Catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breedings, egg groups Monster and Grass. Hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 3'7" or 1.1 meters. Weight is 213.8 pounds or 97 kilograms. Basic experience skills 141 in Gen 4 and 142 in 5+. Living rate is medium slow. EV yield is 2. 1 in attack and 1 in defense. For those of you who are new to this series, generally, the evolutions will just add 1 to the total and then either add it to a pre-existing category or to a different category. Shape is that, footprint is that, Pokédex colors green, and base friendship is 70. Grotle is a grass-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. It evolves from Turtwig, starting at level 18, and evolves into Torterra, starting at level 32. Biology, Grotle is a quadrupedal turtle Pokemon with light green skin and a large shell covering its back. The shell is composed of hardened soil and conforms to the shape of Grotle's body, extending from its forehead to the tip of its short tail. The shell appears sectioned and is yellow with 3 long brown ridges atop it. 2 bush-like trees are growing around the outermost ridges. Grotle's lower jaw is yellow and has triangular extensions on the cheeks, while its upper jaw has a hooked tip. Its feet are yellow and have 3 claws each. Grotle can sense where pure water wells are and will carry other Pokemon on its back to these sources. Each Grotle has a secret place for getting clean spring water. It lives in forests but leaves during the day to allow more sunlight on its trees. Grotle has also been observed living near clean spring water. Berries grow on the trees, attracting some species of Pokemon. The berries it grows are said to be sweet and very delicious. In the Lonely Snover, Grotle is seen producing acorn-like nuts instead. So you've got Grotle with acorns, a Starly, a couple Swablu, and a Cricketop. Evolution, Grotle evolves from Turtwig and evolves into Torterra, so Turtwig, Grotle, Torterra. Game data, Pokédex entries. In Gen 4, Diamond. It lives along water and forests. In the daytime, it leaves the forest to bathe its treed shell. Pearl. The shell is hardened soil. Some Pokemon come to peck the berries growing on the trees on its back. Platinum. It knows where pure water wells up. It carries fellow Pokemon there on its back. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. A Grotle that lives in the forest is said to have its own secret spring water. The Gen 5 Pokédex entries are Platinums. In Gen 6, X is Diamond's entry. Y is Platinum in the Gen 5 entries. Omega Ruby is Diamond in X's entry. Alpha Sapphire is Platinum, the Gen 5 Pokédex entries, and Y's entry. In Gen 8, it lives along water and forests. In the daytime, it leaves the forest to sunbathe the trees on its shell. Shining Pearl. Its shell is hardened soil. Some Pokemon come to pick the berries growing on the trees on its back. Legends Arceus appears where there is clean spring water. The fruit that grows on the shrubs on its shell is sweet, nutritious, and truly delicious. In Gen 9 Scarlet, Grotle live in the forest. Each is said to have its own secret place for getting clean spring water. Violet is Platinum's, the Gen 5 entries, Y's, and Alpha Sapphire's entry. Grotle in the Blueberry Pokédex. These. Very good. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items in Legends Arceus. I forgot to mention this yesterday, but Normal is like a normal Pokemon, and Alpha is like enhanced, I think, bigger version of the normal Pokemon. Normal has the Citrus Berry 25% of the time, Sword Apricorn 15% of the time, and grew down by level. Alpha, EXP Candy M 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 20% of the time, grew down by level, so how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 75, Attack 89, Defense 85, Special Attack 55, Special Defense 65, Speed 36, for a total of 405. Pokeathlon stats, Type Effectiveness, damage normally by Normal, Fighting Rock, Ghost, Steel, Psychic Dragon, Target and Fairy. Weak to Flying, Poison, Bug, Fire, and Ice, all for double. Immune to Nothing. Resistant to Ground, Water, Grass, and Electric, all for half. Learn set by leveling up. For those of you who are new, this generation. If we are talking about an evolution, I will typically go down to the first one that is given to you after it evolves. So in this case, it'd be 22 Bite. 27 Mega Drain, 32 Leech Seed, 37 Synthesis, 42 Crunch, 47 Giga Drain, and 52 Leaf Storm. By TM we're skipping, by breeding we're skipping, nothing by prior evolution, side game data, you got all this. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Volmia, in the browser entry. It attacks by launching thieves like daggers. Guardian Signs. It creates spines around itself that make Pokemon slowed. Got all this. Evolution data, Turtwig, level 18, Grotle, level 32, Torterra. Sprites here, a little different, but more or less the same. Yeah, not much changes. I mean, slightly the details, the nose gets a little bit different. The eyes get a little bit different. But yeah, pretty much basically the same shape. Of course, the bush is probably a little bit different. Shinies is green and blue. Interesting. Then Gen 5 here, you get the full back sprites. Slightly different model, a little bit, yeah, more refined, I guess. In Gen 6, you get the models. Pretty good adaptation. 7, you got this. This game, you got these kind of models. Homes, you got these kind of models. Other sprites. Platinum intro sprite. In animation, Grotle in Pokemon the series, Diamond and Pearl. Ash's Grotle is the big one. You got all this. For those of you who are new this generation, sometimes when watching the first scene of the anime of a Pokemon, that scene features a Pokedex entry. So instead of me doing my impression of the voice, I let the real clip play. In this case, I ended the scene before I had realized Ash was taking out his Pokedex. Suspecting this was the case, I recorded it anyway. But its beginning is cut off, so I'll have to read the first part in my impression, and I'll let the clip play for the second half. Grotle!
The growth Pokemon in the evolved form of Turtwig. Grotle lives near water in forests, and leaves the forest during the day to allow light to shine on the tree on its shell.
In the manga, Grotle in Pokemon Adventures, you got all this. In the TCG, trivia, Grotle is the heaviest of the second stage first starter Pokemon at 213.8 pounds, or 97 kilograms, being heavier than many other fully evolved first partner Pokemon. Grotle is the only second stage Sinnoh first partner Pokemon to evolve at level 32. Monferno and Prinplup both evolve at level 36. When Grotle evolves into Torterra, all of its stats increase by 20 points. Origin, Grotle seems to be based on Snapping Turtle, but it may also originate from a world turtle, most likely Akupara. It also shares characteristics with armored ankylosaurs. Name origin, Grotle may be a combination of Grove, Grow, and Turtle. Hayashigame may be a combination of Hayashi, Grove, and Kame, Turtle. Now the languages, see also external links. Let's move on. Now let's watch Grotle's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 566. Aiding the enemy. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, is battling his Gen 4 rival, Paul. He has fighting with his Turtwig against Paul's Honchkrow, and we get, these are 4 of Ash's other Pokemon, Chimchar, Staravia, Gliscor, and Weasel. And Turtwig is evolving. It's Paul. That's Team Rocket. And, Torterra. That's Ash. And there's Grotle! Grotle! And then I guess I would count that as this is the first scene because it seems like they're about to battle again. Yeah. So that is Grotle's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Grotle. Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. Today the question is, what do you love about Grotle? Beast Boy 2K4 has responded. Turtwig was a baby, now Grotle is the awkward teenage stage. He looks like he wears braces or glasses. It's kind of funny. He kind of does. Thank you for your response. Let's move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. No, we sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Grotle. So this is Turtwig, Evolutionary Line by Predo. We did this one yesterday, but we can do it again. There's 3 images here, so we got the final version of the image. Nice and with backgrounds and nice shading and all that. It's a Turtwig, Grotle, and Torterra. Then we got the sketch version of it. Yeah. Then we got the flat colors version without the background. You don't have any of the nice shininess and stuff. Then we've got Darle dos Mortos by Calvin Hobbes Holmes. So we did this one yesterday as well, but we can do it again as well. So it's this Day of the Dead festival thing. And Grotle, Turtwig, and Torterra are dressed up with it, the themes and stuff. I really like the flowers and all that. It's pretty well done. And this doesn't contain a Grotle, so we'll move on. I'll be streaming tonight at 11 p.m. CET, Central Daylight Time, where I'll be trying to catch a Latios, Groudon, and Rayquaza, and evolve Metang into Metagross in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Torterra. As always, this is my proper outfit, and I'll see you tomorrow.